Hey guys, welcome back to hemorrhoids.net. Just going to do sort of a quick overview of the review of my review of the orange Monte Carlo. You've probably seen the unboxing. You might even have read the review on the website. If you haven't, hemorrhoids.net, it'll be much more detailed than this video overview will be. There's just be a quick sort of look around the phone. So, comments on the design. I was a little annoyed that the power button's so high up. I think it'd be better off if it was down by the, well, where the micro USB slot is, and that would have been better suited on the base, I would have thought, like most phones. It just feels a bit of a reach at times to get up there. You can turn it on sometimes. I've never quite figured out the notification key. I think, is it flashing at the minute? No, kind of flashed for a second, I thought. So okay, you can apparently only turn it on if this notification is flashing. But the keys, I don't know, maybe I'm really used to touch sensitive keys. They're not too bad. They're quite sort of solid, robust. I prefer the coating that was on the San Francisco, for those of you who remember or know or have. It's kind of a matte effect. This is so shiny and slick. It gets, I mean, you can look at that. I wiped it quite recently now, where you can see it on the video, but there's fingerprints everywhere and it just feels a bit greasy, basically. Must be me though, I suppose. Yes, I mean, the design of the phone, it's quite light. Was it 120 grams? I think it feels quite light, but almost at the same time it feels a bit hollow. It creaks a bit, as you can hear. But I mean, it's not bad for, obviously, for the price that it is. The hardware, yeah, is reasonable. If we have a look at the actual software, I think generally it's quite smooth, not as smooth as obviously these dual core phones that are out and about at the moment, but as you can see, that's pretty slick. It does come with a few of Orange's own apps and games. I don't think they're going to work because I've not got my SIM card in at the minute, and to be honest, we're really not missing much. Roller Coaster Rev, let's see if it loads. No, buy for five, you're joking me. This game is not worth 40p, let alone £5. Yeah, so it comes with some games. The Tetris game wasn't too bad, fairly standard Tetris. I didn't dare open the Sims just because, well, I'm a guy, I don't play Sims. Maps, I don't really see the point of Orange Maps when Google Maps is like a killer app on Android. You know, why? You can't beat that, basically. I did quite like gestures. Let me see if I can remember. So my triangle should open up TweetDeck. Well, this is good for the review, isn't it? Actually, TweetDeck had done that to me before, so it might not necessarily be the phone's fault. Let's try once more, though. There we go. So yeah, the gesture. And I think if I do a G, or is it backwards? Do a G, then it opens up Google Plus. That's quite cool. That was, rather than having to sift through the app tray, just put to draw stuff on the screen and it would react. So it runs on 800 MHz processor, and you can see, and it's not even sort of a new 800 MHz processor like the Desire Z. It's quite an old design one, but you know, it's £150. Well, I'm told it's 120 at the moment, and you have to wonder what can you expect for the money. The speaker is probably one of its strong points. Let's see if I can play a little Google Music for a second. Okay, it's already got something there, so. They better hang on when they throw this thing on. Get a little drink on, they gon' flip for the sake on shit, you can bank on it. Pedicure, manicure, kitty cat claws, the way she climbs up and down them poles. Looking like one of them pretty cat dolls, trying to hold my woody back through my jaws. That's pretty loud. I mean, it's okay, there's not much bass. You almost wouldn't really expect all that much bass from it. But notifications were nice, loud and clear as well. Probably the loudest thing in my room. You know, when you get a Google Talk message or something, and then you've got your computer, 2 phones and a tablet. But this seemed to be the loudest of them all, to be honest. So yeah, the speaker was pretty good. The camera, on the other hand, which is 5 megapixel with LED flash, is possibly one of the worst I've seen in an Android. So if a camera is important to you, well, have a look at hemajoys.net, look at some of the pictures I took, particularly the close-up ones. I mean, let's see if I can kind of emulate it on this, on the box that's right here. Yeah, I mean, that gives you a kind of a rough idea of what I'm talking about. It just really struggles with exposure and light levels and brightness. I took a close-up of something else and it was almost just a totally white screen. Even outdoors, bright light. I took a picture of my window, for example, and the bright sky just overpowered the whole picture, and everything else was dark, even though I wasn't pointing at the sky. So yeah, and the video, again, just check hemajoys.net, really almost embarrassing, to be honest. So that's the big drawback. But then if you don't really use your phone to take pictures, not to worry about it. So I mean, the biggest plus on it is the price. If it's available at 120, definitely it's available at 150. But if it's available at 120, then yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. If you know, if that's your budget. I had a look on eBay to see what else there was around that kind of price, even second hand. And to be honest, there aren't many smartphones. You know, even some of the San Franciscos are still going at 110, 120. You could argue, well, actually, maybe the San Francisco is a slightly better device. I don't think I would agree. Some people might say that, is what I'm saying. Some people really love their San Franciscos. But if you try and find, you know, what's the cheapest 4.3-inch screen, you're probably looking over 200, even second hand. The screen itself, I did find slightly unresponsive at times. Not terrible, but every now and then I would tap something and I had to tap again because it didn't detect it. I mean, like you see, that worked perfectly well. That worked perfectly well. I think normally it was if I did a light tap, so I did touch then, but it didn't. I got that one. So it's an okay phone. Maybe I'm being a bit hard on it just because I'm so used to the Galaxy S2, which, you know, is a £500 device from new, and to expect anything like that from a £150 device might be very unfair. I think for £150, it's a good buy. If you can stretch up to £250, you will find better devices on the second-hand market. But it's all about your budget. This phone, really, it's not, you know, you're not going to wow your friends, and it's not going to display Android in an amazing light that will embarrass iPhone owners or anything. But it'll get the job done. It's a 4.3-inch screen with some strengths. Look at the speaker's very good, and the screen's pretty good for only £150. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Head over to hemajoys.net to see the full review. My name's Andy. I'll catch you guys again soon.